Hey,
Hey,
did you see HOKA has this new shoe?
nice.
Yeah, the Bondi 9.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a tiny bit more lightweight than the Bondi 8, and it's got this super critical foam that, hey, I'm sorry. Am I bothering you?
Can I be super critical for 1 second?
What?
You're cutting into my reading tab.
No, but this is the shoe you said you wanted.
What, really?
Yeah, it's got a thick stack height, a nice wide landing, super critical foam.
Is it lightweight?
Well, I'll have to wait for the review to
Why
find out.
can't you just tell me right now?
Or, do you want to be in the review?
What?
3, 2, 1! Hey everyone!
Oh, I guess we're doing this.
So the HOKA Bondi 9 is one of the most popular shoes for beginners, which is why we're bringing in our resident beginner runner at Marathon Handbook, Alexis D'Souza.
Is that my title?
Yeah, do you like it?
Cool. So what am I supposed to do?
Ask me questions.
Okay. What's a Bondi?
So the Bondi is HOKA's most HOKA-esque shoe line. It's got a really thick stack height. It's made for cushy, easy runs. So when you're thinking HOKA, you're thinking of like tall platform, high off the ground, really easy on the joints, and that's the Bondi. And this one, the 9, comes with it's called super critical difference, big difference from the previous version, which is the
Bondi's previous Bondi 8.
Very good. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's get into some specs.
Okay.
So with the Bondi 9, we have a 43 millimeter stack height, which we were already on a tall platform with the 8. We're going 2 millimeters higher. Heel to toe drop though stays the same, 5 millimeters. So you're gonna feel like your foot is landing pretty flatly, even though it's on a tall platform. Weight-wise, we are just around the same ballpark. We lose 2 ounces of weight on the men's and the women's standard sized shoe with the Bondi 9, which is always a plus, and all these little improvements lead to a slight price increase.
Isn't that pretty much similar to the Bondi 8?
It is a similar shoe. There's not a massive upgrade. The only quite significant difference that I see between this shoe and the last is the midsole. So when I say midsole, it's like the big middle chunk right here. The Bondi 8 had a foam called standard EVA, which is kind of like a regular foam that any training shoe would have. This shoe here is souped up into a supercritical EVA foam.
Supercritical.
Supercritical. For the layman, right, the supercritical is just foam that's a bit lighter, a little more responsive, just better. And also supposedly lasts longer, which would be nice because...
That's what she said.
What?
So, any other differences with the 9?
A few other minor things. So the upper mesh is made a little bit more breathable.
Okay.
And I find that a relief because I've seen some other HOKA shoes go the other way. So I'm thinking of the Cielo X1. The upper was like really thick and not that breathable, and it's a shoe that came out last year. So I was wondering if HOKA was going the other way, but this is nice and breathable. The heel at the back is also a little bit flared out for extra protection. Now I don't really notice the difference when I'm running between the two, but that is a slight difference. Something that's a bit more notable too is here at the bottom, there's this Durabrasion rubber. It's like pretty wide and you have these rubbers made into little pods here. That's nice. Like right now, it's mid-February in Canada. So I usually run on pavement. I don't run on the trail that much, but even on pavement, you have like patches of snow, patches of ice, and you can just trek through those little patches without feeling too slippery with the Bondi. So that's a definite plus, is they're winter friendly. It is in style. Like for some reason, people love the really bulky shoe, and I think it looks good. It does have some upside, but it's slow.
Like literally upside.
Has some upside. I mean, you gain like 1.5 inches of height with these shoes.
Yeah, I think I saw that on your Hinge profile.
What? Who hired this? Not much of a difference from the Bondi 8. I thought the supercritical foam would give it a little bit more of a spring and a bounce, but these feel a little bit flat. But I'm trying to remind myself that the point of the Bondi is not to run fast or to drop fast workouts. It's for comfortable, easy runs. So for that, it's good. It's a very comfortable shoe. Like, I feel that my feet are just nice and stable. It's like a pillow around the foot, which is good. So it's a good shoe, but the way that it's structured,
I don't think I could run much faster than like this. Like, like right here. There's not much of a rock forward. It's just like park yourself at easy run pace, forget about it. So it's good, but don't wear these for workouts, I would say. Wear this for like your longest, most ploddiest run of the week.
The Weartest was okay. I'll say okay. Maybe I'll start with the positive. What I really liked was how it felt on my foot, like the fit, no irritation, no anything. So with past versions of the Bondi, I've had two issues. One was like a little bit of like back irritation, like call it maybe Achilles irritation around that area. And the other thing was the toe box felt so narrow that I felt like I was crunching my toes and even getting blisters on one side of my foot. And I have a pretty narrow foot, so that's not something that really happens to me when I wear shoes. So that was kind of alarming in the previous versions. This one was totally fine. So fit-wise, I just feel like I have more space. That's really good. When it comes to how it felt underfoot, I was a little bit underwhelmed because when I heard supercritical EVA foam, I thought it was going to be a different feeling from the other Bondis that I've had that like have really felt like blocks. Like because the heel to toe drop is pretty level, and because there isn't much rock forward profile, you just land and you don't really go anywhere. And this one was a little bit better because you had a tiny bit more give on that foam, but still, I just didn't feel like I could really rock onto my toes.
So would this be good for a competitive runner like you or a beginner?
I think if you're anyone who wants to run fast, like do workouts or races, you're gonna need something that's a little bit faster than this, that's got a little bit more aggressiveness. This is good for an easy run. If you're a one shoe person, you want to have something with a little bit more speed to it. You want something that can do everything.
Absolutely. So for my birthday next year, I think I'll be expecting 3 shoes from you.
3 pairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the same applies to heels.
What? We're not reviewing heels.
So if I'm into Hokas, should I get the Bondi or should I get a different pair?
If you're looking for an easy running shoe with HOKA, you kind of have 3 different options.
Okay.
So you have the Bondi, you have the Clifton, which is known as the flagship training shoe. It's a lot lighter. Or you have the Skyflow. The HOKA Skyflow came out last year and it just has a little bit more give, a little bit more speed to it. Okay. So if you're looking for something that can take you through workouts and is a little bit faster, and you like a hardness type of feeling, I'd go Skyflow. If you like the nice and cushioned feeling, but also something that feels super lightweight despite the cushion, I'd go Clifton. And this, again, is like your very conservative, easy running shoe. Something else I want to address is versatility. And usually I don't talk about this in shoe reviews, but because we're talking HOKA and because they've become casual shoes for a lot of people and work shoes for a lot of people, I feel compelled to weigh in on whether or not they're good for places outside of running. So for example, the office or the gym. My verdict is that they're a really nice walking shoe and you could wear these to work. Like if you're in hospital, if you're a teacher, you're on your feet all day, this is a really good thing to wear. Conversely, I didn't like them at all at the gym.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'm someone who doesn't like to have much on my feet at the gym.
Okay.
I don't like a big platform when I'm squatting or if I'm doing some type of deadlift. And I felt like weirdly up on like, well, I felt on the platform. I felt like I was on 43 millimeters, which I don't like.
Right.
Yeah, so if you have that minimalist kind of feeling, and if you're after that at the gym, maybe try something else.
Right. And if you just want to look taller at the gym, these are great.
These are great, I'm telling you, like you actually feel tall wearing these.
Okay, so a verdict. Is it going to be a yes or a no for the Bondis?
To buy it?
Yes.
I'm actually gonna go with a no.
Okay.
And I feel bad saying this, and I feel like I'm being overly critical of HOKA.
Super critical.
Super critical of HOKA. And the reason is because I know that they have better training shoes out there. The Clifton or the Skyflow, I think, are both better buys when it comes to easy running, just because I think they're more versatile.
Okay.
The Bondi might end up being more durable. Jury's out. If that's the case, I will revise because I do think durability is important. But for now, I'd be more likely to reach towards the Clifton or the Skyflow.
Okay. And my last question, is the Bondi based off of James Bond?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think
Are you sure?
No, I actually have no idea, but I think it's Bondi Beach.
So then it's perfect for running on the sand.
Oh,
like in
no.
Baywatch.
No shoe's perfect for running on the sand. As a YouTuber, you have a responsibility. Do not tell people to run on the beach.
Okay, don't do it.
Yes, we'll talk about that
I don't know why you shouldn't, but don't.
Let us know in the comments if you either know where the name Bondi comes from and why you shouldn't run on the beach. And speaking of comments, if you made it this far, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you are still watching, you have a critical role to play in Alexis's fate. Alexis's fate depends on how the metrics go in the next couple of days. She's on her trial period, so basically if subscribers go up, we keep her around. And if they don't, I don't know. So if you enjoyed Alexis's presence on this channel, please let us know.
So are we done?
That's it.
Cool. Can I get back to my book?
Yeah.
Okay, so should I sign off and just do a mic drop, but instead I'll just do a shoot?
No, there's a lot of
gear.
Hey, it's expensive.